The EFF-SC is also angered yet not surprised by the developments and revelations of the report into the corrupt dealings taking place at the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. This past week, South Africa learned that the appointments of the service providers to distribute student allowances were not only irregular, they also violated the public procurement processes of NSFAS. Yet again, the EFF-SC is vindicated in its fight against the appointment of dodgy service providers who were not only incompetent, but they greedily charge students exorbitant transaction fees. We salute the decisiveness of EFF-SC-led SRCs who smelled the red ale and picked up this corruption scheme before the rest of the country could wake up. Early this year, the EFF-SC engaged in a number of demonstrations to the Union Building as well as the Department of Higher Education in Pretoria. We even wrote directly to the Minister of Higher Education, Mr. Blake Nzimande, to whistle-blow and problematize these schemes among the many other issues of higher education. Our efforts fell on deaf ears. We also wrote to the Parliament Portfolio Committee of Higher Education, which is chaired by a former Fees Must Fall activist, Ms. Nobelu Mkhatshwa, because we held the view that maybe she will feel and understand the pain of the students that she once led. To our surprise, she too sold her soul and protected the establishment against poor students. Today we are vindicated. We told you, South Africa, that these people are stealing. The EFF-SC-led SRCs told you that these people are stealing from poor students. Yet today everyone is shocked. The scandal is now out. We have a 47 billion rand problem. What type of an evil government steals from poor students who already have nothing? We have students who cannot graduate because they owe fees. We have students at the beginning of each year who cannot register because they owe fees. Their certificates are being withheld even when they've completed their qualification. Why? Because they owe fees. But these people can steal and play around with 47 billion rands. We told you, South Africa. We want to make it categorically clear that we reject the proposed solutions of NSFAS, which were writing to the CEO to explain himself, disciplinary action against staff members involved, advising all four service providers that their contracts will be terminated in the future, and reviewing of their policies to align them with the National Treasury and PMF. Why must the board ask people to explain themselves? Why are we still stalling with investigations and disciplinary hearings? Why are the dodgy contracts only being terminated in the future? This is a criminal act, and therefore criminal charges must be opened and people must be arrested. We do not have time for Stalingrad hearings. We want to see people who stole the money of students in orange overalls. Our view is that there is a systematic rot of incapacity and corruption in the institution of NSFAS. Not so long ago, the Special Investigation Unit found that NSFAS, together with corrupt university officials and managers, was engaged in the overpayment of funds. And there's no systems to reconcile between the funds that are dispersed to universities and allocated funds to students. In other words, they are paying ghost students, fictitious students being paid by NSFAS, whilst we still have the students of Walter Sisulu not having their allowances for months and the university being shut down, and many other institutions in South Africa. The culprits in the corruption of NSFAS are still there. South Africa must not celebrate too early. One man could not have acted alone on such a big 47 billion rand scheme. We want more people to be fired, but more importantly, we want people to be arrested. This is a criminal case. It is for this reason that the EFF-SC will be opening criminal charges of fraud and corruption against the National Student Financial Aid Scheme. Let us see if this so-called corrupt-free administration of Cyril Ramaphosa will protect criminals who are stealing money from students, or they will act against fraud and corruption in the National Student Financial Aid Scheme.